The new Razer phones are here in India. This is the new Motorola Razer 40 Ultra and this has some of the craziest features I've ever seen on a flip foldable phone. So yeah, let's take a closer look. See, I'll show you both the Razer 40 Ultra and the Razer 40, all the features, the pricing. But you know what, let's start with the Ultra because this display is crazy. So the Razer 40 Ultra has two screens. This main foldable POLED screen with some really high-end specs, be the crazy 165Hz refresh rate with LTPO support or the 120% DCI-P3 coverage. And this display is very nice. It is tall with the 22:9 aspect ratio like most flip phones, but it is a premium display with punchy colors and it gets very bright. I also love how minimal the crease is. It's visible only when you look for it and also feels way less obtrusive. Honestly, after a while, I stopped noticing this crease. So this display is good, it's all high-end, but what's actually gotten me excited is this screen. So even the Oppo Find N2 Flip arrived recently, we thought its screen was huge compared to the Z Flip 4, but the new Razer 40 Ultra takes it to the next level. Just look at this screen. This is a 3.6-inch POLED display and this is high quality. It's 10-bit, high res. It has a 144Hz refresh rate, a peak brightness of 1100 nits, 100% DCI-P3 coverage, HDR, and it has Gorilla Glass Victus. I mean, how crazy is this screen? This looks all set to take on the Z Flip 5, which looks like this if we kind of go on the leaks. Now I know it has a bezel on the top, but I love how it wraps around the rear cameras. It looks very cool and the screen is actually premium. It looks nice and bright, very smooth with a crazy high refresh rate. But what's actually cool is that this display has all the functionality you need. I mean, you can practically not flip the phone and just use everything right here. So this is the home screen of the cover screen and I can swipe down from the top to get all the quick settings, be it brightness, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, DND, screen record, everything. This button lets you see all the notifications in your phone and you can even do things like replying to messages right here. I can also press hold on this home screen to change the wallpapers and shortcuts, and a special mention to the animated lock screen wallpapers because some of these options are really cool and they're even customizable. Then there are all these panels. So there's this contacts panel which lets you dial any number using this full-fledged dialer, and there's also shortcuts to your favorite contacts. Then there's the apps panel which is very cool because this practically lets you use any app in your phone right here on this second screen. I mean, I can watch YouTube videos here, I can use Google Maps, I can check my emails, I can even check cricket scores on Chrome, I can respond to messages, and what's awesome is that the keyboard works perfectly on the screen. This square display is perfect for that. The party trick though is the ability to play games on this. I can play BGMI right here. Yes, this screen is a bit cramped for that, but hey, it's kind of fun. Plus, there's a dedicated games page with some simpler games from GameStack that work very well on the screen. Anyway, there are also panels for calendar, weather, Spotify, and more. I also love how seamlessly the whole transition of apps from the main screen to the cover screen works. So I'm in the Messages app and I can fold the phone and continue using messages on the second screen like this. Easy. Look, this screen is packed with features, but this whole foldable flip design is also very cool. So the Ultra is available in multiple colors. The black variant we have has a matte Gorilla Glass Victus back, while the magenta color, which looks very striking, has a vegan leather back that's nice and premium. The frame on all the colors is Series 7000 aluminum. I also love how sleek this phone is. This is 6.99mm thick when unfolded, and this is 15.1mm thick when folded. As for the durability, the Razer 40 Ultra has a new teardrop hinge design that feels very solid. I mean, I've been folding this a lot, and there have been no issues, but yeah, you still have to use both hands to fold and fold this phone. The hinge also offers the ability to set up the phone at multiple angles, so you can set it up like a tripod to shoot time-lapse videos, and I like that the camera UI changes in this mode. You can also use this screen to see a live camera preview, you can use it to take selfies from the main camera, and you can even take video calls from the screen. There's even a cool mirror mode which you can use for things like makeup. Going back to durability, what's also reassuring is that this whole design is almost gapless when folded, which is very good, and this also has the IP52 rating, which is not full-on water and dust resistance, but it will handle splashes of water and dust, which is good for a foldable phone. Apart from this, you get the fingerprint scanner here on the side. This also has stereo speakers, dual SIM with eSIM support, and there's also wireless charging here, even though it's slow 5-watt wireless charging. The point is, this has all the features. When it comes to performance, the Razer 40 Ultra does not use the latest flagship chipset, but 8 Plus Gen 1, as we all know, is still a very powerful chipset, and combine that with 8GB LPDDR5 RAM and 256GB UFS 3.1 storage, and you get performance that's fairly flagshipy. I mean, the benchmark scores of the phone are very good, be it Antutu, Geekbench, or even 3D Mark, and the phone is smooth to use, be it the main screen or the external screen. There's no lag, and gaming is top-notch too. Games like Asphalt are super smooth, so is BGMI on this phone at the highest settings, and we even played some Genshin on this. And the best thing here is that the phone does not heat up even after long hours of gaming. On the software front, this comes with Android 13, and it's mostly stock Android, and there's no bloatware, no ads. It's a clean and nice experience, and as for updates, this will get 3 OS updates. That apart, even the cameras seem good. There's a dual camera setup which includes a 12 megapixel f1.5 main camera with OIS, and it supports 4K 60 fps video recording. And there's also a 13 megapixel ultra wide camera that also works as a macro camera. Now, I've been trying out the cameras on the Razr 40 Ultra, and they do seem high end. Photos have rich colors, good details, and especially like how the landscape photos look from this phone. In low light, the phone automatically turns on the night mode, so photos are bright and sharp. And when it comes to videos have good colors, and there's good stability thanks to OIS. The 32 megapixel selfie camera, which by the way uses quad pixel tech to capture 8 megapixel photos, also does a good job. The selfies have a very natural tone and there's good detail. Now, one area where I was a little skeptical is the battery. The Ultra has a 3800 mAh battery, which sounds kind of okay, but I got a screen on time around 5 hours and more on heavy usage, so I'd say it's decentish considering it's a flip phone, and the charging is fairly fast. The 33-watt charger takes the phone from 10 to 100% in around 1 hour 5 minutes, which is decent enough. Okay, so coming to the Razr 40 now, and this is a phone that's very similar to the Razr 40 Ultra design-wise. It's got a nice vegan leather finish on the back, and I like that it has the same solid hinge design as the Razr 40 Ultra with almost no gap enclosed, and the main display too is similarly good with an almost invisible crease. Apart from this too has 7000 series aluminum on the sides, which also pack in a fingerprint scanner, and this too has stereo speakers. All this is great, but the biggest physical difference in the Razr 40 is in its external screen. The Razr 40 on the back has a smaller AMOLED screen with Gorilla Glass Victus, and while it does not support apps, obviously, this too has a ton of features. You get these different panels for contacts, music, calendar, and more. And like that, this too shows your notifications, calls, and you can use it to preview camera, and there are different clock styles to customize this. The screen apart, these are all the specs of the Razr 40, and you can see that this is powered by the Snapdragon 7 Gen 1 processor, and it also has a different camera setup with a 64 megapixel main camera with OIS. One thing I do like here is that this has a bigger 4200 mAh battery. Look, all said and done, the new Razr 40 series of flip foldables from Motorola seem like premium flip phones. I mean, they have a solid refined design that also looks very premium. They have good specs all around, and the kind of functionality the Razr 40 Ultra's massive second screen brings is just impressive. Coming to the pricing now, the Razr 40 Ultra has launched at an effective price of Rs 82,999, and the Razr 40 has launched at an effective price of Rs 54,999. Now, all of this is with the bank offer, so I want to know from you guys, what do you think of the new Razr 40 phones in India and their pricing? Comment down below, and thanks for watching.